Hello and welcome to Football Profile, where we look into the history of the beautiful game. In today's episode, we are going to look at the world's oldest footballing rivalry, Scotland and England. The Scotland and England fixture is often described as the birthplace of modern international football. Football in its infancy was played by clubs at regional levels, but the very first match between these nations in 1872 changed the football landscape forever. The first game took place on a November afternoon in 1872 at Hamilton Crescent in Glasgow in front of a meagre 4,000 spectators as the two nations played out a 0-0 draw. Few knew at the time the historical significance of this match, but it would be the beginning of football's oldest rivalry. The games were then organised annually, switching between stadiums in Scotland and England until 1884 when the British Home Championship was founded, creating the world's very first international tournament between all the nations of the British Isles. Scotland would dominate the fixture until the Second World War, particularly in the 19th and early 20th century, where the Scotch professors, as they were called by the English newspapers, brought a style of innovative passing football which the English teams were unable to combat. In the post-war period, however, the balance of power shifted back towards the English as they dominated the home championship, built a World Cup winning side and became a powerhouse of European football. One of the most enduring records created by the fixture was the incredible attendance figure of the 1937 match, in which 149,415 fans packed into Hampden Park in Glasgow to watch the pair battle it out in the British Home Championship. It is reported that 50,000 English fans also travelled up for the match. Given the nature of modern stadiums, it's pretty safe to say that this record will never be broken. It remains the second largest attendance of a football match in history, falling behind the 199,000 that packed into the Maracanã to watch Brazil in the 1950 World Cup final. The annual fixture became a staple of British footballing landscape until 1984, when the British Home Championship was abolished, leaving the historic game in jeopardy. This was remedied with the foundation of the Rouse Cup, which hoped to preserve the match, but this only lasted until 1989, leaving the meeting between the nations much more sporadic. It would take 7 years for the match to return, where the two were drawn into the same group at Euro 96, and Scotland suffered defeat at the hands of the old enemy at Wembley. Since then, the game has become even more a rare occasion, with a Euro 2000 playoff and World Cup qualifiers in 2018 being the main return of the fixture. This was until they clashed again at Wembley in Euro 2020 last week. The result, much like the very first match 149 years ago, concluded in a 0-0 draw as a new era for the historic rivalry began. Over its history, the match has brought an intensity and atmosphere rarely equalled in football. Over the 149 years, the fixture has created some truly memorable moments and matches, which are almost too many to name, but now we will look at some of the more famous ones. Fresh off their World Cup win in 1966, Scotland headed to Wembley to play the English, who were on a 19-match unbeaten run. The Scots were unfancied against the names of Bobby Charlton, Geoff Hurst and Bobby Moore, but ran out 3-2 winners at the home of football. The match is often remembered for the iconic moment where Jim Baxter did keepy-ups down the wing as the talismanic player toyed with the English defence. The result made fans claim Scotland to be the unofficial world champions, as they became the first team to beat the English after the World Cup triumph. It is not often that a game has 12 goals in it, but at the 1961 Home Championship match there was a truly remarkable score, as England shocked the Scots by scoring 9 times in a 9-3 victory. Legend Jimmy Greaves scored a hat-trick, and the media revelled in the infamous poor quality of the Scottish goalkeepers. The result was Scotland's heaviest defeat in the fixture, and ensured that England held the bragging rights as they went on to win the competition. Other than great matches, the game has also provided unpredictable and incredible moments of brilliance. Paul Gascoigne's wonder goal against Scotland in Euro 96 as he lobbed Colin Hendry and slotted it away is etched in the memories of England fans and still haunts Scotland fans like myself. Lee Griffiths' 2 late free kicks at Hampden in as many minutes in qualifying for the 2018 World Cup showed the passion and unrivalled atmosphere that the game brings at an international level. Or even the funnier moments, such as Scotland fans invading the pitch in 1977, cutting up the Wembley turf to take home as a souvenir after a famous win. Some even found themselves dancing on the goalposts as it famously broke in half, becoming an iconic moment in the game's long history. The recent match at Wembley in the European Championship showed the world the greatness of this fixture and what it really adds to the sport. History is part of what makes football great, and seeing the match repeated through the generations and watching both sets of fans revel in the magic of the rivalry epitomises what is great about football. It would be great to see the two FAs working together to bring back the annual fixture in the future, as it is a fantastic experience that is happening far too rarely in modern times. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this history of the Scotland-England rivalry. Let me know your favourite moments in the comments and leave a like if you'd like to see more videos like this.